Alright guys, just a quick video to show you my setup. This is an AXN AXN floater jet, and my setup is basically I got this one with just the motor, not the ready to fly or almost ready to fly. So I installed all the other stuff, servos and the proper collector. So as you can see, this is a propeller 3mm collector. It's so much better than the original solution that is basically just a propeller with an O-ring that held it in place, but it's quite, unreliable in my opinion. With this, it's so much better and spins so much faster. Also, what I've done, I put some tape, fiberglass tape on the hinges to reinforce them because they are quite fragile. So after a while, they can get some cracks on the foam. So this will eventually avoid that kind of problems. And especially since this is it doesn't have a landing gears, it just will land on the grass on its belly, so it will eventually hit something on the bottom that can in some cases damage this part. So I've done this on both sides. As you can see, this is fiberglass tape. Is quite expensive, I will say, and I paid for a roll 25 meters about £9, so it's not that cheap, but promise is very good, it's very strong, it will keep everything in its place. I've done the same thing on the bottom to reinforce some of the parts. I've used a layer here on the belly, so it will protect the foam from the dirt, you can eventually also do landings on hard surfaces like tarmac or dirt and stuff. It won't scuff the foam, it's quite hard. And I also put a little bit of on the tail, as you can see. So this is one of the parts that it will eventually touch the ground on the landings. Also, this is a piece of foam that basically covers the carbon fiber rod that it's in the middle of the plane to give some strength, some rigidity. I cut this in half. I glued this side so it won't come loose, it won't come off, and I just taped the other part with the same fiberglass tape. So if in case you will have to replace a servo, you can just remove the tape and unplug the servo from the inside here and just replace the servo. You don't need to unglue the whole thing. Same thing on the opposite side. So I thought it was the best option in this case. And I was struggling at the beginning because I didn't know what was the best option to hold the wings in place. I've seen people using magnets, I've seen people using Velcro. It's a pretty good solution because in case of a crash, the wings will just come off, instead of breaking or cracking. But I said to myself, I'm gonna glue it because it's a foam plane. It's not gonna hit things at 200 miles per hour and will eventually bounce back. So, and in case you crack it, you can just fix it quite easily, I would say. Then the servos that I installed are, I don't know, I'm not sure you can see this. It's a Turnigy TGY-90S. They have metal gears, so they are pretty reliable and they are quite fast. I would say I'm not complaining about it. They are quite strong. They move a lot, and as you can see inside, it's pretty neat and clean. I try to organize my cables as best as I could because there's not much space, so I can just put the battery in here. I had to cut a little bit of foam from these sides from here because it was too tight and the battery wouldn't fit, so I just cut some foam off the edges here so the battery will fit very nicely and snug. And all the cables, as you can see, the cables are wrapped, and I used some oh my god, what's the name, those yellow things I forgot the name, sorry guys. And I used them to tidy all the cables inside, and then I fold them and stick inside the rib on the side here, as you can see. Put some tape on top just to protect them and avoid contact with the battery. And the receiver is the one that came with my radio. That is this one. It's a Flysky FST6. It's pretty cheap and nothing special, but it will do the job. You know, I don't need anything super technologic, super advanced. So I just needed something to suitable for this plane. And basically that's it. This is my plane. This is a rubber band that will help to hold in place the canopy, and it's pretty solid. It will help a lot. So that's it. I'm gonna post I guess next weekend I'm gonna post a video with my first flight that I'm gonna do on Saturday. Today is Thursday, so a couple of days left, and I'm gonna give you some thoughts and first impression about this AXN floater jet. Right? See you next video. Bye guys.